لٹل پاکستان میں ظفر اقبال کی کلرجی لیزان کے طور پر 70th پریسنٹ میں اپوائنٹمنٹ کی دعوت. مہمان خصوصی نیویارک پولیس ڈپارٹمنٹ کے ڈپٹی کمشنر مارک اسٹوارٹ. ڈپٹی کمشنر کی آمد پر ظفر اقبال اور راجہ آزاد گل نے ان کا والہانہ استقبال کرتے ہوئے پھولوں کا گلدستہ پیش کیا. اسمبلی ممبر رابرٹ کیرل، 70th پریسنٹ اور NYPD کے کئی ایک اعلیٰ افسران ظفر اقبال کے والد محترم عبدالرشید اور ظفر اقبال کے تینوں بیٹوں محمد جبار اقبال، محمد قاسم اقبال، محمد ثاقب اقبال، ان کے بھائی امتیاز احمد اور پاکستانی کمیونٹی کے معززین کی بھرپور شرکت. راجہ کمیونٹی سینٹر کے چیئرمین راجہ آزاد گل کا بھرپور تعاون. پاکستانی امریکن مسلم کمیونٹی کی جانب سے خصوصی ایوارڈز پیش کیے گئے. نیویارک پولیس ڈپارٹمنٹ سے ڈپٹی چیف رچرڈ ٹیلر، ڈپٹی انسپکٹر گریگری میکی، کمانڈنگ آفیسر 70th پریسنٹ کیپٹن یاسین مبین، کیپٹن ہراٹے، کیپٹن جویریا، کمیونٹی لیڈر ڈیوڈ، کمیونٹی لیڈر لوئی لو، ڈیٹیکٹو اسکاٹ نیوزی، لیفٹیننٹ مسایا، لیفٹیننٹ میکلین، سارجنٹ ونگ چین، پولیس افسر جیمن، سارجنٹ ونگ، بردر کافی عبداللہ، پولیس افسر ٹامی گلینا نے خاص طور پہ شرکت کی. کیپٹن وحید اختر نے پروگرام کی بہترین نظامت کی. محمد اصغر چشتی نے تلاوت کلام پاک اور حمد کے اشعار پیش کیے.
بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم. الم نشرح لک صدرک ووضعنا عنک وزرک الذی انقض ظہرک ورفعنا لک ذکرک فإن مع العسر یسرا إن مع العسر یسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربک فارغب. صدق اللہ العظیم. اللہ کرم اللہ کرم حاضر ہے تیرے دربار میں ہم. اللہ کرم اللہ کرم جن لوگوں پہ ہے انعام تیرا ان لوگوں میں لکھ دے نام میرا. معاشر میں میرا رہ جائے برم. اللہ کرم اللہ کرم.
So as all of us gather here tonight on the invitation of Brother Zafar Iqbal, who is newly appointed as Clergy Liaison of the 70th Precinct. So this event is organized to appreciate NYPD and the Pakistani American community. As he has taken this role as the Clergy Liaison, he knows that his duties are to be a conduit between police department and Pakistani American communities and the communities around this vicinity in the confines of 70th Precinct. I have spoken to him numerous times and he knows what his role entails as a clergy liaison. He is going to be the source for the community, at the same time for the New York City Police Department. As people have seen in the past, few people become the gatekeepers, and which limits the outreach on the both ends, which causes rift and resistance between the communities. Instead of bringing communities together to the police department, it basically fall apart. So without further ado, I will request our Deputy Commissioner Mark Stewart please come to the stage and say a few words.
Assalamu alaikum. So I think I've been here before.
Yes.
Numerous times. It never gets old. And I appreciate the welcome. And I appreciate the bond and the commitment between the Muslim community, Pakistani communities, and the police department. We've come a long way. There's more room to grow. But as I stand here, and our officers stand, they're sitting now, but as we are here as just one. Today I'm going to talk about leadership. And what does leadership really mean and what does it entail? When I came to the police department, I had to learn leadership. And leadership is not just being the boss. Leadership is about how do you get your team on one page? How do you treat your team? Because it trickles down. So when I come out to places and neighborhoods and they say, oh, community affairs guys, you guys are great. I take great pride in that because I treat them the same way. I'm not the boss. I'll be your leader, but I'm not the boss. They make my job so much easier. They make our communities so much easier. I go into Manhattan, it's the same the response. I go to Brooklyn, same response. And that's just good people who I have working, not for me, with me. I would love to stand here and take all the credit, but I can't. The credit goes to these guys in blue, to our officers who are out there every day, putting their life on the line, making sure our communities are safe, making sure that we're all on the same page. And that also trickles down from our mayor, Eric Adams, our commissioner, Caban. We have the same goal. We don't fight crime alone. It's a responsibility to fight crime in our communities. We have a 577 tips line. You guys are detectives too, because you guys help us find the bad guys. It's not just the police department. We have to be very, very careful in our communities because we have a small percentage of people that are trying to turn our city into havoc. They think this is the wild, wild west. It's not going to be tolerated. The gun violence that's going on in our cities with our kids. There's no reason why a 14-year-old kid is in the street with a gun. And I always say, where's the parents? Somewhere along the line, we lost communication with our kids. And it falls back to the parents. The police department are not the parents. You know, we see our kids going to school, we want them to be educated and to move further on in life. That's our goal as parents and as leaders. And everybody in this room is a leader. We all want the same thing, success in our communities. We want to strive in our communities. So I stand here today saying thank you. I'm not a person for a lot of attention, but it's good to see everybody's face. But the attention goes to all of our uniformed officers in this room, not to me. I'm just a vessel who puts the message out. But they're the ones who are in our communities, who are having these community meetings. They're the ones who are talking to you. They're the ones you're going to see in the street. So today, I'm going to take the praise away from me and give it to them because they deserve it. So let's give them a round of applause. And just to let our officers know, we're promoting a lot of people in community affairs. And I would like to sit here and take credit for that too. But the credit goes to you for the work that you guys are doing in our communities. You're finally being recognized for the work that you do. And I think I told you from day one that I will make it happen for you. And so far, we're doing good. We're doing at least 5 to 6, 8 promotions a month. I didn't get around to everybody, but I think the last month we had almost 10. So we're doing a great job in that aspect. And know what? And promotions are good and bad. They're good and bad because some people don't get promoted. And there's some people who do. But I'm going to try to promote everyone who I can, those people who've been in community affairs for a long time, who's been doing the work. I'm looking at the names. I'm going to make sure that we do this fairly though too. So the work you do is the reason why everybody's here today. We are doing a terrific job, and we always get the same questions in our communities. Crime is down. I can sit here and run off numbers to you about the percentage, but if you don't feel safe, and what we're dealing with is perception. When something happens on the subways, a shooting, or somebody gets robbed, the perception is that New York City is not safe. We have to change that perception. And the reason why that perception is, if you look back to the 80s, we had 2,000 homicides in 1 year. Now we're like below 400. But in the 80s and 90s, we didn't have video camera, social media, and all this attention. But our job as police officers are to make you feel safe. And we're going through a terrible time now in our countries. You know, with the wars, people are looking at us. And you know what they see? They see us setting the line and the bar higher because we get along, we communicate. And community affairs, that's what it's about. It's having a relationship in our communities. And I always say it's like a marriage. I've been married to my wife for 36 years. I hope she's not here, maybe more. But, oh no, you didn't know to clap at. In a relationship, you're gonna have ups and downs. It's not, everybody thinks that you ride off in a carriage, it's gonna be, no, it's not like that. It's gonna be ups and downs. We're gonna agree to disagree. We're gonna have problems in our communities. But guess what? There's no divorce. We're gonna be here, you're gonna be here too. And we're gonna have situations where the roads might be a little rocky. But that's when we come in with our communication and the bonds that we build in our communities to override the rocky times in our marriage, in our relationship. So today, I want to thank all of you, first of all, for welcoming me. It's about 2.5 years now since I've been at this position. And I had the opportunity to meet so many great people. When I mean great people, I don't mean celebrities. I mean real people like you guys. You know, I don't like the photo shoots. I like to be here, communicating with you, hear your problems. Because when something happens in the community, I don't want Channel 2 or Channel 4 to come out here and then you see me. That's not community affairs. That's photoshopping. That's just taking pictures and putting myself on Instagram or whatever we have, Facebook or whatever, you know, that's not community affairs. You know, when I first came here too, we were doing all these pictures and hugging people, and then guess what? You don't see us in 6 months. That's not community affairs, it's not a relationship. And we had another problem where we thought that we were throwing events, and we had the kids come out, and we had the parents come out. We took pictures, put it on Facebook. We had basketball. We just do a good party for 2 hours. So our job is now to come out here, get to know our community, get to know you, get to know your first names. You should be able, who's your community affairs officer in this precinct? Right?
Natasha and Scott Nosey.
I said that because if you would have answered me, I would have said they're not doing a good job. So being that you know that their names, they're doing a good job. All right? So another initiative that we're going to put forth too, because we know the summer's here, we're going to put a lot of our community affairs officers around the park areas and where these kids hang out at. We have to show presence, that they see us. And it's amazing that the respect that our community affairs officers get from our streets, because they know everybody, and you feel safer. And that's our job, to make you feel safe. So again, I want to say thank you to our officers, to you guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. I really don't like all the attention, but thank you.
Just 1 second. One more. Right, sir? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. We'll see you later. Bye. You the man, brother.
So there was a Deputy Commissioner, Mark Stewart, NYPD Community Affairs Bureau, and I would like to invite the host of this evening, her brother Zafar Iqbal, the newly appointed Clergy Liaison of 70th Precinct.
First of all, let me start with with the Commissioner, Mr. Stewart. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Mr. Taylor, is the best guy here, number one guy here. I'm taking over Raja Sahib no matter what happens. Mr. Taylor is number one no matter what. Makim Mustard, thank you for your support. Thank you to the police department. You're the best police department.
7-0,
7-0.
Captain Smallwood,
Captain Smallwood.
and Detective Nuzi, and Natasha, and Lieutenant Balkan.
There you go. And of course,
Yeah, Council Member, Assembly Member Robert Carroll.
thank you very much. Thank you. Got the mic? So anyway, thank you again for everybody for coming today. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
We're not done yet. We're not done yet. So I would like to request our brother, our community supporter, our friend, Assembly Member, District 44, Robert Carroll, please come. Take your word.
Good evening. Thank you so much. Thank you, Zafar, for inviting me. It has been wonderful to represent the Pakistani community in the state legislature for almost 8 years now. And when I first came to Coney Island Avenue, when I was across the street with Mo Razvi at Copo, it was the first meeting of a leader I had with somebody from the Pakistani American community, and he immediately welcomed me, was generous in spirit, and was ready to work. And I must say, the generosity that I've received from the Pakistani American community over these last years, I will never forget. It is so important. Our country would be such a better place if we were able to share that generosity of spirit that all of you shared with me, and we were able to export it throughout our country. And so it's wonderful to be here, and I think the NYPD deserves real praise about making sure that we have community affairs officers, but also whole community councils that bring people of different backgrounds, different faiths together so that they have a seat at the table to make sure that our communities are not just safe, but that the different parts of our community are heard. Because that makes for a better neighborhood, it makes for a better city, it makes for a better state, it makes for a better country. And so I'm really honored to be a part of this, because Zafar, I know that you're going to do a wonderful job. We met a number of years ago when he was opening the funeral home across the street that I know is so important to the Pakistani community and the Muslim community at large. And I was very happy that my office was helpful there in making sure that that was a success, and I know it's a great success. So I really thank you for allowing me to be here. I'm upset I'm not going to be able to have the food with all of you, because I have to MC another event where there'll be no food. And I know there'll be great biryani and so much more. So thank you again, and have a wonderful night, and good luck.
Thank you.
Roger, you're not going to take a picture? Oh, you're going to get in the picture? Okay.
One more, please.
Thank you so much.
No, and next guest is the half Pakistani, half American. He's always there for the community. Whenever the community needs him, he's always there. And he is a part of this chain that we are celebrating tonight over here. So I'd like to request Deputy Chief Richard Taylor, please come to the stage.
Thank you very much. And your MC hosting abilities, I was surprised they have Assemblyman Carroll and not you going. But thank you so much for the partnership, for the support. I say this a lot. I didn't grow up with a father. I say this a lot when Commissioner Stewart's not there. I didn't grow up with a father, and I don't say this about anyone else. And when I say it, people are intrigued, but I mean it. Commissioner Stewart, unless you hear him, unless you see him, unless you work with him, you wouldn't know how much of a role model he plays in each of us in community affairs. And to me personally, he's a role model and truly a father figure that I didn't have. So thank you so much, Commissioner Stewart, for your leadership, for coming back to the police department and the helm of community affairs. And like you said, you don't view others as if they work for you in community affairs, even though we do. You view us as if really we work with you. And that tone, that set, is felt and resonated by me, of course, and I pass that tone along to the men and women of community affairs. I know that tone resonates. You know, we have Captain Echeverria here, who's also in charge of the community affairs section officers. That tone resonates throughout the Community Affairs Bureau, that it's not about doing the job because you have to do it. You know, it's about doing the job of community affairs because you want to do it. That is the ideal mentality to give a community affairs officer. It's never doing the community affairs work because you're forced to or because it's an obligation. The best way to carry out the duties as a community affairs officer is if the community affairs officer wants to do it. Off duty, on vacation with kids, your community affairs officers are answering the phones, are going to events, are putting out information and addressing concerns really around the clock. What Commissioner Stewart said about promotions, just in the room, right here, right now, Commissioner Stewart first took over community affairs. It was police officer Natasha Jones-Mosley. I know Natasha, you were a police officer for a long time in community affairs, and you should have been promoted to detective, and Commissioner Stewart was the one that made it happen. And I know that detective now, Mike Riomeo. When Commissioner Stewart took over community affairs, it was police officer Mike Riomeo. And I know you waited a very long time for detective, and it wasn't happening. And you were giving it your all. You worked in so many different capacities as a police officer in community affairs, and your reputation was tremendous. But it was still police officer Mike Riomeo in community affairs. And it took Commissioner Stewart to change that to now detective Mike Riomeo. It shows that it's not just words here. Action speaks louder than words. Action is what we all want from the city, from the police department, and action from Commissioner Stewart is what got your community affairs officers promoted to detective. And as Commissioner Stewart said, he's not done yet. I see a lot of people in this room who are certainly on the list, certainly well-deserved to be promoted, and Commissioner Stewart fights very hard to get that done. It's a very big city out there, a lot of different bureaus, a lot of different entities of the police department, a lot of very deserving police officers for detective. But Commissioner Stewart, I would say, has promoted more community affairs officers. In the past 2.5 years, he's come back to the police department than I would say maybe the past 10 leaders of community affairs combined. And it's not an exaggerated number. When Commissioner Stewart took over community affairs, he asked how many people in this room, of about 200, were promoted. In the past 7 years, I think it was about 5 or 6 people in community affairs within that room that got promoted. Commissioner Stewart promotes more than 5 or 6 people a month in community affairs. These numbers are totally unprecedented and wouldn't happen under anyone else's leadership. You need 2 things to get your people promoted. You need the drive, you need the work ethic to get it done, and then you need the connections, the reputation to get it done. Commissioner Stewart has both. And some others may have both also. Some other bureau heads may have both. But Commissioner Stewart takes his abilities and takes his connections, takes his work ethic, and works around the clock, not for his own promotion. He's been promoted already to really the highest level that is in the Community Affairs Bureau. He can't go higher in Community Affairs. But he works around the clock to make sure that your Community Affairs officers are promoted and recognized. And that's not just for them. The way Commissioner Stewart looks at it, he views promotions as the community's promotion. This is important just for me. I was very fortunate to be promoted to chief a few months ago in February, and Commissioner Stewart was the person truly leading the charge to have that done for me personally. So just Commissioner, just on a personal note, I just want to say thank you publicly for ensuring my success and my promotion. And every day I look to make you proud and serve in the rank I have, make the community better, give back to the community on your behalf, Commissioner, because we're all here working with you, of course, and I know you don't feel this way, but we're working for you. We represent you. And to the community, I see, of course, David Esquil, Raja, Louis Lou, it's just the diverse community. Raja, you brought everyone here, you always do, and it shows a tremendous amount of character by yourself. It shows a tremendous amount of leadership, and we look forward to coming together in great times. I know we've had serious times, we've had tragedy, and we always get through it. We just celebrated a beautiful holiday of Eid. We just celebrated a beautiful holiday of Ramadan just a few months ago, and we're out on Coney Island Avenue. We're out with the lights. We're out in many parts of Brooklyn, and it's not because we have to be there. It's because as community affairs, we want to be there, and we want to be there because of Commissioner Stewart's leadership. Thank you so much.
For you. After listening to his kind words and speech, I think Captain Ashwaria made a great choice going to community affairs. If I would known Commissioner, I would have gone to community affairs too. But in the future, if you need a good captain, I'm here. So, now I would like to talk about the 70th precinct. And when you really talk about the policing, it comes from home, right? The two individuals, they are working and leading from the front, 70th precinct, the Deputy Inspector Greg Mackey and Captain Daryl Smallwood. So I have honor and privilege to work both of them on personal level. And believe it or not, the Coney Island area, the community of 70th precinct could not expect or ask any better leadership. These both individuals are crazy workaholic, and they deliver the way they expect for themselves. They both live in, not for sure, but they live in New York City, so they know the values. Deputy Inspector Greg Mackey, he takes the job dear to heart, and he works extensive hours, but most likely probably he sleeps in the command. And Captain Daryl Smallwood is not doing any less. He is equally crazy as Mackey. Captain Smallwood, on behalf of the Pakistani American community and the communities of 70th Precinct, I really thank you for your dedicated service and your commanding officer dedicated service to the NYPD, to the communities, to the 70th Precinct. And now I'd like to request Captain Daryl Smallwood, please come to this podium, say a few words, and accept the award on the behalf of the commanding officer of Deputy Inspector Mackey.
Good evening, everybody. Captain Smallwood, the XO of the 70 Precinct, where I've served here for the past year. I've served in 3 prior commands as an XO in the borough, and this by far has been the best command to work in, and the best command I've seen where the NYPD is honored and appreciated, such as tonight's dinner. I want to say thank you to Zafar, Iqbal, 70 Precinct Clergy Liaison, Raja, and the entire Pakistan community for the continuous love and support for all members of the NYPD. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just one more, please. Good.
Thank you.
Our own star from the Pakistani community. Actually, there are the benchmarks in everybody's lives. As you know, when you compete in every area of life, you want to be top of the top. So the person and individual I'm calling is brother to me, close to my heart. One other thing is he was the #1 on the NYPD captain's list, so which is the proud of Pakistani American community also. So I request our brother Captain Yasin Mubin, please come to the podium, say a few words, and accept your award. Assalamu alaikum, how's everyone?
No, so first of all, I didn't know I was getting an award, and second, I didn't know I was going to give a speech, but as an executive, you always got to be prepared. Unfortunately, I'm not prepared today. I haven't slept over 32 hours or so, but I just want to say thank you for doing everything that you do. This isn't an easy task, and I just want to touch on what Commissioner Stewart said. It's all about bridging the gap. And these gentlemen to my left and everyone else that's at the front rows, and not to forget the community affairs in the back. You guys are the beacon of the community because you watch TV, you see all the propaganda, police bad this, but the reality is you guys know and community knows, and the officers are actually out there putting their lives on the line. They do it's an honorable job, it's a noble job. You put on that uniform, you get out there not knowing if you're gonna come home. So I just want to thank the officers in the back, the community affairs, all our men and women that are out there in the streets patrolling to make sure that we're safe, and really the community, because the beacon of the community is so strong, because you guys are really the bridge that's going to separate the evil and bring the good together, because there's that evil, that's that divide, and you guys are that bridge that kind of just puts us all together. So let's just keep that going. And I would have remiss if I didn't mention by name Haji Zaman, who's sitting over there. He's a beacon of the community. He helped my parents so much, and he was a valuable resources to a lot of us. Early first generation immigrants that are adapting to or assimilating to the new culture. And this is a community that's not very well spoken, and a lot of times our people are what? We're shy, right? We're bashful people. And we don't know how to come out. So this is that bridge. This is the beacon of the community that'll come up and say, hey, we have these resources. And Commissioner Stewart and Chief Taylor here, these are busy men. I'm telling you, I'm busy as an executive, but I work in the 71st precinct, so I have Crown Heights, and I'm busy. I can't imagine they got 73 precincts in transit housing, and they make themselves available to us. So what I would personally like to see in a future event is the age bracket. We have a lot of elderly folks here, but the younger folks, let's really bring our community forward, because that is the future, right? We want to build a better way. We want to leave it better than when we got it, and that's really the goal. So the idea is to really, let's tell the youth of the community to come forward. A lot of them are taking the police officer exam. We have a lot of organizations and resources, but the biggest thing is we have the resources that they'll come out here no matter what. Even though it's a small community, but they made themselves available, and they will continue to make themselves available. And for that, I want to thank you, gentlemen, to my right. And if there's anything, listen, I'll be here. Just come speak to me. I'm a regular person. I tell you guys all the time. I'm still bashful. I prefer not to wear the uniform because I'm a human being. I was a human being before I got on the job. And I'm going to be a human being after I leave the job. And that's how we should all keep ourselves humble. And really, we're here to help the community. And that's the most important thing. That's what police is for, right? A system of government to keep people safe. All right. Thank you so much.
Again, thank you, Mobile Yassi, for coming today. I know it was a surprise, but here's one of our own. And we love him in our community.
Award थोड़ा सा ऊपर उठा लें. Can you pick up the award?
And this is Haji Zaman, by the way, guys. I didn't know he was sitting next to me. I'm looking for him over here.
Let's take a picture too, please. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Captain Bronte. I'm the commanding officer of the 66th Precinct, and I just want to thank Raja and the Pakistani community for giving me the opportunity to partake in this special occasion. Just 6 days ago, on 4th of July, I also had the opportunity to take part in the barbecue that Raja had just outside of here, not too far from here. And just the level of diversity, happiness that I saw truly was the essence and definition of what the 4th of July celebration is all about. To see everyone here today is really to see the level of investment in the community, which is what we're talking about all the time at these community events. And it really symbolizes that you all are vested in not only the community, but also vested in the support of the work that we do day in and day out. So I just want to thank you on behalf of all members from the 66th Precinct. I just want to thank you, and thank you for having me here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Captain Hardy. Now I request Captain Echeverria from Community Affairs Bureau, please come stage, come to the podium and say a few nice, kind words, your experience with the community affairs, and talk about our Deputy Commissioner Stewart.
Well, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity and to partake in this event. Commissioner Stewart, I will say this from the bottom of my heart, the truth. You were the best boss I had. 18 years in this job. He asked me, the other day, "You happy?" And I looked at him like, "What?" He's the first boss ever asked me if I was actually happy and happy to be in this job and happy of what I'm doing. So I'm very grateful to have you as a leader. And I, again, for my officers in blue, our officers, thank you. We won't be here without you guys. You guys are a gem. And I want to say thank you for answering the phone calls, being there for the community, and doing what you guys do best. And I am very grateful to be in this position, to be with you guys, and with the Chief Taylor, thank you as well, and Commissioner Stewart, and be part of this bureau. It's been a blessing, and thank you guys. Thank you, Raja. Thank you, Raja, for everything you do.
So one very important thing I have to share from my personal experience, besides I'm just echoing Deputy Chief Taylor. Commissioner Stewart is really a community friend. I have seen him personally at almost every single event. He's literally a phone call away. All jokes aside, Commissioner, thank you so much for being partnered with the community and doing whatever you're doing for the community, not only for Pakistani, overall for New York City. This is a big family, and personally, I thank you on the behalf of Pakistani community here. Thank you, sir. Now we have our community partners. They are always with the Pakistani American community. They participate with, they come along with us. They participate with events where we host in our area, and we go and we take part in their events. Now I'd like to request our community partner, community leader, David Haskell, please come to the stage and say words.
Good afternoon, everyone. I gotta say, it's truly a pleasure and honor to be here. Especially to be joined with Commissioner Stewart, Chief Taylor, our great officers of the community affairs. I've been myself a clergy liaison for I'd say about close to 25 years now with the NYPD. I've never ever seen such a close relationship between community and police. Actually, this community being a prime example of what it means police and community and all communities working together. So I think that's a great accomplishment. The tone is set from the top, from our great Mayor Eric Adams. Commissioner Stewart, always a pleasure working with you. Always accessible to all communities. Make sure to give us time, morning, night, afternoons. He's always around. Chief Taylor. So Raja, my good friend Raja, always available. Where are you? I want to say thank you. And it's been an honor and a pleasure to be in partnership with this community. Thank you.
So I will request our other community partner, our dear friend, he is always the supporter of Pakistani American community in the Brooklyn, and actually wherever I meet him, he is another great asset to the communities of New York City. Lou, please.
Thank you. I always with the Pakistani community together to working together and service with our all entire different community, but especially with my Raja brothers. We are always continue together to support and working together with the Community Affairs Bureau. So, and Commissioner Stu is the special leaders for the Community Affairs Bureau. So, and we have the good leader with the Chief Vegetarian and all the commanding officers. We working together. I believe this is a good system. We can continue to working together to smooth and make sure the community and the police department working together and make sure our community we will have the more better. Thank you.
We just, on behalf of the Pakistani American community, I know they wanted to honor a few of our police officers here. I just wanted to ask, on behalf of Commissioner Stewart, the community affairs supervisors here, to please come up. Lieutenant Joseph Al-Messiah, Lieutenant Duran McLean, Sergeant Wing Chan. As Commissioner Stewart said, we look at our community affairs officers as if they work not for us, but with us. And that's a tone, the true tone that's said. When these officers are acknowledged, it's work that they do 24/7, and the supervisors that support them, and also Captain Chivari and Police Company as well, it's the work they do, not because they have to do it, it's truly because they want to do it. Thank you very much, Roger.
I have humble request to Commissioner. We have Police Officer Jamin from 66 Precinct and my brother Scott Newsy and Natasha. I have humble request, please promote them. They are very good. They are taking care of us very good. So, in your leadership, community affair, being honest, I am telling you true, the best ever community affair right now is working everywhere. Lieutenant Abdul Messiah, Lieutenant Durain, Lieutenant Ira Jablaski, entire community affair team is doing great job in your leadership. And my brother is Chief Taylor, he's the best. 24 hours, whenever I text him, we talk up to 2 a.m., 3 a.m. And my 70 Precinct, and I have the best Lieutenant Admin, my brother Mike Bergamo, and Captain Marwood, and Captain Ken Harate. Everybody, even thanks to men and women of NYPD, and I have the cab, my brother Miguel Mio, he's always here. I have humble request, please put his name in next list, and Michael Joseph. And I have, well, and please, whenever you sit in the promotion board, I have my brother Captain Akhtar, please consider him. We are waiting for his DI. And thank you very much, Zafar and Pakistani community, for putting this together. And we welcome you, and we always appreciate you. And we always appreciate your community affair works. They are everywhere and all the time whenever we need their help. And Chief Taylor, he's always on top of their head, and he always, trust me, make sure everything is good. So thank you very much. Thank you NYPD, and thank you Captain Akhtar. Thank you media. Thank you Commissioner.
We're not done yet. We're not done yet. We're done yet. We have few awards to give out. So you know what? Before we will do it again. You know, we're going to have a closing speech after this. So now I'd like to request Detective Scott Newsy, please come to the stage and accept your award. This award is just for his hard work and the good relationship with the community.
No, I have one more.
Beautiful.
Go in the front, go in the front.
Yes. There we go.
We have two awards for detective. That's what we do.
Roger, where are you? Oh, I got another one? There we go. Oh, special today. Look at this. Roger, you come in here? There we go.
Say cheese, gentlemen.
Say cheese. Say cheese. Good. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Hi everybody. My name is Raja too. I'm the relative of Mr. Raja Azad. So on behalf of Pakistani community, this award has been already awarded to Mr. Nuzi. Mr. Nuzi is a very outstanding person in the recent 70. He is always very good and very helpful to everybody. I really appreciate for his efforts, what he is doing for the community. Mr. Nuzi, thank you very much.
So now request P.O. James Jermaine from 66 Precinct, please come and accept your award. Soon to be Detective James.
We want him as a detective. That's why I'm requesting to the commissioner.
We're going to call you from there. Today we're going to start calling you detective.
Works for me.
Congratulations, brother.
Thank you very much.
Well, Mike, you get in too. Mike, you come in also.
Sergeant Wing. Come next to us.
Good, thank you.
Thank you very much.
James, you speak too. Hi, nice and short. I just want to thank everyone here. We have great partners. We have Lulu, we have Raja. This wouldn't be possible without him. I also have to thank the leadership we have. They say they show us the way. All right, Mike? I got it.
So next award, the Community Appreciation Award goes to Brother Kofi Abdullah. Please come to stage and take your award.
Zafar, इस तरफ देखो.
He won a picture for the community.
Thank you so much.
One more.
One more.
Wait. Thank you.
Police Officer Tommy Galina. This is the Fancy Award.
Stay here.
Take a photo with them.
Tommy Galina.
Just go. I think I know.
But Joe, come in also.
That's all right. Hey, take this.
I got the biggest one.
You're the best captain.
Edge. Second one more?
One more? Okay. Okay, just a second, please. Sir, you are hiding. I think. Yeah. Okay. So. Okay, we are good now. Thank you.
We have a surprise. You don't just MC here and not get formally recognized for it. But Captain Akhtar has been a friend for, I'd say, over 15 years. He's someone who not just is out in the Pakistani community, he's in every community, very well respected, a leader, someone who I call a dear friend, and someone who we always turn to. We always turn to him during anything. Somebody that has built a reputation of trust. He's built a reputation of friendship. And on behalf of Raja, on behalf of Zafar, I appreciate the partnership, the tremendous leadership. Captain Akhtar, thank you so much for your brotherhood. And on behalf of Raja and Zafar, I say congratulations on your well-deserved award today as well.
Thank you.
Congratulations, brother.
Thank you.
Okay. Good.
You know what amazes me? And I'm sitting down, I'm looking at everybody's face, I'm looking at this room. I came on this job in 1984. The 16th of July will be 40 years in law enforcement for me. Would I ever think that the police department would have this relationship with our communities? We have to step up and give ourselves a round of applause because in 80 we would have never, ever seen this. Just the strides that the police department has made. And it comes from young captains who are changing the face of the police department. But we also have to recruit too. Because when we go to our communities, we should look like our communities. And the reason why I'm so close to our officers, I was a cop, I was a detective. I didn't come up the ranks. I have no ego. I don't have an ego. God has blessed me and humbled me to be in this position. And I always say, when you get a blessing, this blessing is not for me. I'm the vessel. This blessing is for me to bless others. Those who take a blessing in the leadership roles they will never succeed if they think it's all about them. So when we sit here today, we also have to be very aware of the progress that we can stand here and take in, and the memories. The pictures are good, but just look around at the person next to you and say thank you, because you know what happens? We had an officer who died today on the range, probationary officer. Life is short. And I'm in a position to change lives. You're in a position to change lives. And it's all about our communication with each other. When we walk out this door, we don't know what can happen. But you know what? I don't know how long I'm going to be here. 40 years is a long time. But I can say
40 more.
Can't promise that, but I can tell you, you know what? God gave me the opportunity to come back and see what I missed in the 80s. And looking at your faces, thank God I came back, because it was a decision that I had to make. And sometimes God will close a door on us to open up another door. But you always remain humble in what you do. So it's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here. Thank you.
Commissioner Luxon.
How you doing?
Good to see you.
You good?
Yes.
Those are good to see you.
On YouTube?
And the NYPD cannot do any work without community's help. At the same time, community cannot live with any distrust with the law enforcement. So we are establishing a great relationship with the great trust between NYPD and the community. Thank you so much.
Pakistan Zindabad, and let's eat.
Commissioner Mark Stewart, Zindabad. Deputy Chief Richard Taylor, Zindabad. Pakistan Zindabad. NYPD Zindabad.
राजा आज़ाद गुल और ज़फ़र इकबाल ने आए हुए तमाम मेहमानों का खुसूसी तौर पे शुक्रिया अदा किया। आखिर में कोशर फूड और पाकिस्तानी फूड से मेहमानों की तवाज़े की गई।